Welcome to my channel. I'm the Caffeinated Creative, and this is the third of my December daily creative vlog series. Right now I'm opening a advent calendar. It's a sticker advent calendar by the Sticky Club. That was day 3. It was a bunch of cute vintagey food, and this is day 4. It's a bunch of clocks and cute watches, vintage style. I've really enjoyed it so far. Now I'm working in my little December daily creative exercise situation. I'm actually keeping track of memories of the day in my A6 Hobonichi Avec, which I've been using all year. So that is happening. But what I'm using with this little insert is I'm basically just getting creative along the prompts by Pocket Journal Pam. I'm a Patreon of hers, and so I'm using her prompts every day to do something, to think about whatever comes to mind and then express it creatively. So the prompt for this day, day 3, is candles. So I decided to doodle a candle that I have been burning quite frequently this fall. It's a Bath and Body Works candle called The Perfect Autumn, and it has served me so well. um, so I decided to give it a little love via this doodle. And to make it actually look like the candle I'm burning, I actually ran into something kind of happy because I just purchased this washi from Raspberry Designs. She is a planner shop based in the Chicago area and a good friend. So I purchased from her for Black Friday, and I bought a couple washis, including this like orange and gold autumny washi, which I didn't think I'd be able to use because fall's basically over. We're into winter vibes. But luckily, since I'm still burning this autumny candle, I was able to use this autumny washi, which actually looks quite a bit like the candle, and it made me so happy. It's the little things sometimes, like getting to use your fall washi, even though fall's over, right? Right. So anyways, I doodle this little candle and decide to draw the flames with a Posca pen. And these are some big flames. They are not to scale, luckily, or I'd probably burn down my house if I'm honest, because these are big. But creative license is taken in this regard. um, the printable elf that you see on the page is a printable, but I can't recall where it's from. So if you really, really want to know where it's from, please just drop me a comment and I'll figure it out. It just does not come to mind. I'd have to do a little bit of digging. But yeah, I grab a marker and just further decorate the prompt. I did cut out these prompts on sticker paper. I printed them and then cut them out so that I have them all in a little pile ready to go, which has made it really easy to stay somewhat on track with this goal. I'm definitely haven't been perfect, but it's still been really fun, and I haven't felt overwhelmed or anything, which is what often happens with prompt challenges. Anyways, I decided to journal a little bit about this candle that I had been burning and how I'm just about to move to another candle, but also about how there's literally nothing that's more comfy to me than a freshly cleaned room and then a candle burning. Like, that's just the best. So, who's with me? You know what I'm talking about? Who knows what I'm talking about? Next, I moved to page 4 or day 4, I should say, and the prompt is snowman. So I was thinking about it and I'm like, what was a surprising thing about a snowman to me? Or what's a memory or what's something that I thought about? And I'm originally from California, Southern California. So I did not have snow for Christmas growing up at all. That just felt like something that was in the movies, honestly. But I moved to Chicago in 2005. So I've been here for a while. And I've not ever made a snowman, ever, which is really weird, in my opinion, because I would have thought it would have been something that I would have done early on. For a long time, I didn't have a yard necessarily. I mean, I lived in apartment complexes, so I could have nobody would have stopped me from making a snowman in front of those. But I have had a yard now for at least 7 or 8 years, and still have not made a snowman. So that's surprising. And then the other thing that's surprising is how gray the snow gets in the city. By the way, this washi that I stuck down is so crooked that I go back off camera after I after everything and I take it off and put a new one on because it's just so crooked. So, hey, that's okay. um, but yeah, snow in the city gets so gray. I never would have thought that from my Californian days. It's just because of the streets and everything. But I always, at first, it's really gorgeous and then it just gets really gray. So that's part of the reason why my snowman is so gray because he's a city snowman. So I just took some watercolor and, you know, painted snowman features like a black hat and some coal buttons and a stick arms and then a coal face. I decided to keep him pretty traditional. And I also am right about to paint a cute little carrot nose. Who doesn't love that? It's the finishing touch, right? So after that, I decided to add some trees, which you'll see me do. I love drawing or painting trees with watercolor. I only use like one or two colors here, but I just feel like the watercolor effect gives it such a painterly quality and it's so easy to do. So if you haven't, I recommend you try painting trees with watercolor. Then I paint a little chair. Why am I painting a little chair, you ask? Well, I don't know if this happens where you live, but here in Chicago, what often happens is when it snows and people's cars get completely covered in snow and then it turns to ice and then they have to go drive. They have to dig their cars out of the snow. And it's a lot of work. A lot of work. So rather than give up all that work to someone else who's going to then park in that spot once that car leaves, what often happens is people call dibs, which is basically taking your least loved chair or piece of furniture or random bucket or whatever and putting it in the spot that you just dug out. This surprised me when I first moved to Chicago. I was like, why is everyone's furniture out in the middle of the street all of a sudden? Because it snowed. But it's basically just a way to say, hey, please don't park here. I worked hard to get my car out of this spot. It doesn't always work. And sometimes people get real creative with it. Like I've seen entire like tables with chairs and plates on them and stuff. It's kind of ridiculous, but fun city woes is digging out the cars. So then I grab a Posca pen and just draw some snowflakes, nothing major. And finally I'm grabbing a Tombow because it did just feel a little bit there was enough color. I just decided to highlight the journaling where I, basically say I've never made a proper snowman and I call that done. So now here's a little snippet from my day. This is the candle that I doodled before. It has served me so well, but as you can see, it is down to its last legs, its last wicks. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and have a great one.